Hi, so this is the eighth vlog that we are doing and the second one on the close reading. This close reading was a little bit more challenging for me than the first, just because with the first, I had like a clear idea of what I wanted to do, and like while I was going through the steps for the sentence that I chose, I found it a bit more challenging, and it was even more challenging to choose a different because I wanted to choose a different step to analyze. So the other one was super clear to me, but this one took a little bit more thinking. But again, I'm glad that we're doing this because it's really challenging me, and then it'll help on my final project as well. So to jump right into it, the sentence I chose to analyze is on page 253, and it's like very close to the bottom of the page, and it says, "We had come together like elements erupting into an electric storm, exchanging energy, sharing charge, brief and drenching. Then we parted, passed, reformed, reshaping ourselves, the better for the exchange." And after reviewing all 12 of the steps, I came up with a thesis. Let me just pull it up here. Okay. I said, after the 12 steps of close reading, I've come to the thesis that Audre Lorde needed Aphrodite in her life at the time she came into it. Aphrodite showed her so much and provided so much wisdom in the short time they were together. After feeling so alone throughout most of her life, it was nice to have someone to talk to. Therefore, I have come to the conclusion that some people aren't meant to be in our lives permanently, but even the shortest, um, encounter can impact us and stay with us forever. So the close reading step I chose to analyze for this is the first one, figurative language. I thought there was a lot of it in just this one sentence, so that's why I chose to look at it. The first thing I want to point out is the simile at the beginning. We had come together like elements erupting into an electric storm, exchanging energy, sharing charge, brief, and drenching. So this simile appears visually to me, and what it's saying to me, it's like coming together like elements erupting. So it's something like huge. Like when I think of an eruption, I think of like volcanoes and stuff like that, just something like big. It isn't just like a little like, oh, we like just came together. Like, no, like something is erupting here, something big's happening. Into an electric storm. Again, when I see an electric storm, I see a bunch of lightning, like a big thing going on here. Exchanging energy, sharing charge, brief and drenching. So when it says brief and drenching here, I think of like a huge storm, like very huge, like um a bunch of rain coming down, and like even though it is brief, like it's done damage, like it's had an effect on things going on. So that's what I got from the simile here. So after that huge simile, I found an opposition that was relatively, it had calmer language, I feel like, compared to um, the part I just analyzed. And this part says, "Then we parted, passed, reformed, reshaping ourselves better for the exchange." And what I got out of this part is like when things come together, like when a big, like I kind of just like compared it to a storm. That's like the kind of like metaphor I thought it was, just like a huge, like something happening, like something that's huge and like you don't see it coming. And just like after that, like you have to like reform, reshape, like get on with your life, like move on. And that's kind of what I got out of this, because like of something like after something so intense happens, like you need time to like debrief and like reshape. And I think that's exactly what happened here. Um, I think that Lorde and Aphrodite, when they came together, it was just like everything made sense. Like Lorde was saying, like even before, like she was like they were talking so much, like it was such a great connection, like such a love that she hadn't had before, and like after being so alone in her life, like when they came together, and it was just like boom, like instant electric charge. They clicked right away, and then after that, they had to like she would never forget her, but she had to like reform herself. Like she was kind of reshaping the way that she thought, and um like carrying what um Aphrodite had given her throughout the rest of her life. Lastly, I just want to say that this grouping of the sentence that I analyzed, it just represents like a love, and how, like I said in my thesis, like some loves aren't meant to be forever and they aren't going to last forever, but it still changes who you are as a person, and you reshape the way that you live your life based on that encounter. Thank you.